Hey guys, Josh, Rocky, and Sean here from Living Dead Paranormal, getting ready to do our Q&A session.
Hi,
All right.
everybody.
So you guys submitted questions on our YouTube channel, so we'll go ahead and answer as many of them as we can. Sundry Times ask, any chance you will share your childhood experiences with the supernatural?
That's up for discussion. We are talking about it at this time, but we'll get farther into that later as time goes.
Well, Josh has actually been trying to work on getting us back into the home that we actually grew up into. So,
Yep, so we are working on it. If we can get inside the house, we're going to do some type of special, like a documentary. So right now it's just convincing the homeowners to let us in the house. Sylvia, which episode has been the scariest for you and why? For me, it would be Penhurst. It was always a dream location for me, and probably one of the scariest locations we've been to.
Mine would have been seeing myself in a mirror at a private location, which I think everybody should have saw it now.
mine's probably the Pollock Hospital. Um, Ended up having a 2x4 thrown at me, and um, the beds lifted up and dropped back down in the middle of the night when we was staying all night, and they were asleep the whole time. So,
Yeah, if you guys want to check out those videos on the Fourman 04 Paranormal page or YouTube page, you can watch either Penhurst or the Pollock Hospital. Kim Nix, has anything ever followed you home? Yes, we've had cases where things have followed us home. St. Joe's, Missouri is one of the most profound experiences I've had personally, and I think Sean as well.
Yeah.
But occasionally we do have things follow us home.
Bobby Mackey's, we actually, I don't know, came home and, I think within a day or so, my wife, she woke up and she had like a scratch going across her chest that was actually bleeding. So we actually ended up cleansing the house and stuff.
And Paula Wagon, if you had not had paranormal experiences in your childhood, what do you think you'd be doing in your life right now? Or do you think you would naturally be drawn to the paranormal regardless? Thank you, from Scottish Lass in England.
I think for the most part, we've always had like a interest in the paranormal or life after death.
I would believe that we would. Something's led us here.
We would have definitely got into the paranormal somehow. I think people that aren't familiar with us, when we first started our uploading stuff on YouTube, it was originally me and Sean and another guy, and then Rocky eventually came in a couple cases into it,
Yeah.
and started working the camera, and then the other guy left, and it just became the three of us, and it's been that way for 15, 16 years. So, and Bambi, what has been your biggest accomplishment? What has brought you the most sadness and the most happiness?
I think Chasing Evil. That one has been a roller coaster. You know, with working with all these missing people.
Yeah, it's been a lot of up and downs, and it's been rewarding to work on Chasing Evil.
I would
I'm
agree.
very sad.
Yeah, I would agree. Chasing Evil, because you start the cases and you don't really have a whole lot of information. So you're starting from ground zero for most of these cases. And then to take it, like Jamie Beasley's case, for instance, to go from nobody having any idea where Jamie is to ending the episode, us being able to travel down to Somerset, Kentucky, and be standing right there with Jamie's mom, and that Jamie was buried next to her sister Amanda. I think it's stuff like that. You hope every case goes like that, but unfortunately, you talk to anybody in law enforcement, it's just not that easy to solve a case. So I think that's been the most rewarding part to us, is just seeing the cases through, and even helping the people that are dealing with hauntings. You talk to them and they're so devastated and scared, and then at the end, you see them living life normal and being happy. So, anything that we can do to help people, I think that's what makes us the happiest. Joyce Ford, do you ever fear something will attach to you? Yes, we do. At least I do. We do take precautions for that. Early on, we weren't real guarded in the questions and the way we conducted our investigations, but over time we learned, to ask more specific questions and not open yourself up for that attachment.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just one of them things on each case is different, so you go in with an open mind. But I think, like, when we do the cleansing and Josh does that, that's when we put our crosses on and just hope and pray that nothing ever follows us home. But as we talked about before, there has been a few times it's happened, so.
Yeah, normally by the time we get done, working on the paranormal nightmare, and we're doing the cleansing and everything, we're like saturated with holy water, anointing oil, and prayers and stuff. So
Yeah, if we do an investigation, it'll normally take you 2 or 3 days once you get home to recuperate. So I mean, it takes a lot out of you. Not just the long days and all the filming and stuff, but it drains you physically, and usually takes a couple days to recuperate and start feeling better again. Lisa Patterson, you guys are rock stars in your business. You get stopped on the street to give autographs. Seriously though, you guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
thank you.
Thank you.
Occasionally we do get stopped, or if we're out doing something or doing work, people ask us about the show, or say, hey, I watched the episode. Sometimes we're out on location filming and people stop and want to take pictures.
I was just at a store, probably almost 2 hours from where we live, and I was actually getting a laptop, and the lady that was trying to sell me the laptop, she actually recognized me from the paranormal field or chasing evil. I'm not sure which one, but it's pretty cool when you get to meet them people. And then they have stories they want to tell you, so the whole computer just went straight out the window, and we just sat and talked about the paranormal side.
Yeah, you get asked a lot of questions when you're out, just ghost questions, or people want to share their paranormal experiences with you, the home they grew up in or whatever, so it happens quite a bit.
It's pretty neat to be actually stopped and talk to people. I mean, that's what we mostly enjoy about everything, is talking to people, hearing their experiences, and just getting to know people.
And Lisa Webb, what does your family members say about what you guys do? Curious to know what you've experienced as children, and how it has affected you. Thanks for the best paranormal shows I watch.
My kids love it. They watch every episode that we put up. I mean, as soon as Josh uploads a video, they're usually on there watching it. So
Same thing with me. I mean, kids and stuff support it. I think sometimes they worry about some of the areas we go into and the dangers, and because, being our kids, they're around the stuff, so they hear what cases we're working on and see how we edit things, and so they get a little more chasing evil than the paranormal nightmare.
Yeah, my family actually supports everything that we're doing. Most of it is just, they want us to be safe and come back home, and to not bring anything home when we do come back home.
Amy Stone, when will you be doing a public meetup again in Indiana? We're not 100% sure. We would like to do a couple events this year, just depending on how our schedule goes. The three of us all work normal jobs throughout the week. sometimes the weekends, but we do all of our filming on like Saturdays and Sundays. So we're constantly on the road or on the go. When we're not working, we're editing and doing all the scheduling. So we're going to definitely try to do a couple events this year, depending on time. Park Lee, when doing your session, are you guys nervous or scared all the time?
Me,
Nah.
just in the dark.
For me, no. It just you just go in and you're there for the family, and you need to try to like stand your ground as best as you can and try to document everything that you can get for the family to let them know what's actually going on in their home.
I may butcher this first name, so I apologize. Is it Heike Schultz? Love your show. My question is, you have ever contacted spirits who tell you something that comes true? I'm not very good at English. I'm sorry, guys. Much love from Germany. And clearly I'm not good at German names, so I apologize if I butchered your name. We have had cases where we've had stuff come over the spirit box that didn't really make sense. And then later come find out, that actually happened. It was probably like one of our first times running the spirit box. We had that happen down in Louisville, Kentucky.
That, and most of the time, you'll see that on Chasing Evil, where we're running spirit box sessions. They'll come through and tell us something, and then, later on down the road in the investigation, then that little piece will come back to play in the total case.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing to remember as Chasing Evil, is you guys are seeing the edited, finished product. Not so much how everything plays out. So there's things that come across the spirit box that at the time make no sense. But once everything's solved or figured out, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. It just, you start putting each piece in and then eventually it starts to make sense. But there are just, it's not like with Jamie's case, Riley Street, of course, came across multiple times. But in 4 or 5 days of running hours and hours of spirit box sessions, you'll have other streets that come across too. So you have to try to weed out, either go to those areas and do searches, or you look for things that are more consistent, like if one specific street's coming across more than the other. So there's a lot that goes into it. We're working on new equipment. What's the guy's name? Leo. We've got a guy, a researcher,
Doyle.
Leo Doyle, over in Indianapolis, is building us all new equipment, not only for Paranormal Nightmare, but also for Chasing Evil. And, we're making adjustments as far as analyzing all the audio and video evidence we get out on the field to hopefully help. Sarah Shiver. I am new to Patreon and really want to support you guys on Patreon. Do I get to see the other episodes that you don't put on YouTube if I join Patreon? My favorite paranormal team. Yes, we upload. There's actually videos on Patreon right now that are part of season 3. The one case that's on there is actually a really, really good episode. It's with the Kevin Keith story, the guy that was on death row in northern Ohio. We got to go down there and spend the day with the family, and it's a pretty good episode. So if you get on Patreon, check it out. And there's a lot of other videos we'll be uploading on there, like behind the scenes videos.
There's behind the scenes pictures of the cases and stuff like that.
A lot of the stuff we don't post on Facebook and YouTube will be up on the Patreon account. So Paula Richardson, just wanted to say a big hi and thank you from Western Australia. You guys rock. I look forward to every show. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, Paula. April Jeffers. I really love watching you guys. Are you guys going to make any more episodes of Chasing Evil? Yes, we are currently working on season 2 right now. Chasing Evil takes a little bit longer. One, because it's more complex than going to somebody's house and investigating.
That and Chasing Evil's been in the works for, 3 to 4 years. We've actually been filming on Chasing Evil, so each case may just have a little bit more that we just gotta finish up filming.
Yeah, even the cases that you're going to see on season 2, a lot of those were filmed starting back in like 2017, 2018. So it's been 3 years that we've been working on developing that concept and kind of working out all the bugs from it and just becoming better at tracking down leads. And so Chasing Evil is definitely a lot more complex, but definitely season 2 we're excited about. We've just got a few episodes we're down to going back and searching with the K9 team, and hopefully we'll uncover evidence. Ray Berzik, what do you consider to be the greatest paranormal evidence you've ever captured?
I think they was up in the attic, and there was a full body
It's
apparition.
the Fulton County Museum.
Yeah. And I think, was it just you two up there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that shadow on this wall, the way it was walking and everything, to me that was like one of the shadows that we've caught, some good shadows and full bodies. But this one, just how it walked and how it moved, and just knowing that Rocky and Josh was the only ones up there, that one was pretty dang amazing. And if I'm not mistaken, that one may be on the Fourman 04, right?
Yeah. And then the one at the West Virginia Penitentiary,
Yeah.
Moundsville, that's a pretty good capture. Jacqueline Daughtry, do you guys ever get nightmares about the houses you've been to? Yes, occasionally we do, depending on how intense the investigation is. You'll have night terrors for a couple nights, and then things eventually go back to normal.
Yeah, I think that kind of leads up to where, like what Josh was saying, where it usually takes a couple days to recover after doing these.
Most of it comes in the form of Chasing Evil. Just knowing what happened and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point, because you would think Paranormal Nightmare would affect you more, but actually we've come to find out that Chasing Evil affects us more. Not only the emotional side of the case, especially like when you're dealing with women and children, you feel for the family, the mothers, the fathers, but then you're tracking down leads and you're talking to people that don't want you to find answers. Chasing Evil's definitely taken more of a toll on us than Paranormal Nightmare has. Elizabeth Peck, just wondering, is it hard to work with your brothers? You all spend so much time together. I can only imagine working with family members can get stressful at times. Yes, it gets very stressful at times.
No, I think from when we
He's
first
lying.
started, when we first started, compared to now, right now is probably 50 times better than it was at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I think we've learned to fill each other out, even though I'm usually the one that gets between these two from button heads. But no, I think now is a lot better compared to what it used to be.
I think for the most part it's me aggravating Josh.
Yeah, I would say we've came a long way.
I'm Josh.
Yeah. When we first started,
Normally
the
it's
two of us would always constantly fight. I mean, we would go months without talking.
Normally it's because I'm not understanding where he's coming from, and I may not totally understand the whole concept.
Well, thank you, Rocky.
And then we butt heads, and then we talk and get through it.
They're both hard-headed. That's pretty much what it comes down to being.
And the big thing is, because we have, I think 3 of us have been close our entire lives, which you guys can see. So even though we have disagreements and things like that, it may take a couple days or a couple weeks to get over it. But we enjoy what we're doing. We're very passionate about it. It's something that we all take very serious. Just a lot of dangers in what we're doing at times. So it just adds a lot of stress. Kimmy Meddings. Did you, Josh, and or all of you get some type of teaching for cleansings and blessings of homes, or you just self-taught. Usually just shows Josh doing them. Just pretty much self-taught. I would get on YouTube and watch other people that specialize in doing cleansings and blessings and stuff like that, and just knowing my boundaries. We would never do like an exorcism or anything major like that, but just going in and doing a house blessing or a cleansing, it's just researching and watching people that are successful at it. And Paula K, did you ever go back to your childhood home location and resolve the issues from your family haunting? No, we have not, but we hope to. Fingers crossed that the homeowners will let us in there. Because I think if we want to do it, we want to go back and do it right. And that means spend the entire day there, the entire night there. Julia Chambers, do the three of you have regular jobs and or are you solely dedicated to your series? We've all got regular jobs, work Monday through Friday. Like I said, do this on the weekends when we're not working, because sometimes we have to work on the weekends. CCM, what is the process, or how do you decide which cases you investigate and how much money to investigate? We've never charged anybody for any investigation. That's kind of a rule we set out when we first started doing this, is, we would never, because we get homeowners, of course, they try to offer us gas money and stuff like that, and we don't even take that. It's just something that allows the three of us to spend time together, and something that we're passionate about. And now there are groups out there and people that charge families quite a bit of money to come in and do investigations, and that's just not something that we're about. Our only stipulation with the family is that they allow us to share their story with you guys. So, Speak Life. How many times have you had spirits or entities follow you home and put your family in danger? I believe St. Joe's is the most profound for me.
Yeah, I think for me it was just that one time that was real bad.
Yeah, for me it was just Bobby Mackey's. We went down there, filmed, and then came back home. And then my wife, she ended up getting scratched. So, but everything's good at the house. So.
Yeah, and what we do is, like, if we come home from like a super intense investigation and you start experiencing things, you kind of just ignore it. At least that's what I've done. In a few days, it's like the energy calms down and it goes away. Melanie Westcott, is this real? What you do? Some fake it. I still watch you guys because it's entertaining. Yes, everything you see, we try to document stuff as it happens. I think that's why you see that our shows aren't like overly produced with a lot of sound effects, music. I don't know. It's
Well, I mean, if it came down to, if it was real or not real, I mean, our families wouldn't support us anyway. So.
Yeah, and plus, if we were gonna
and all the money that we spend.
Yeah, if we were gonna fake stuff, we would definitely find a cheaper way to do it. So yes, it's 100% real. So watch the shows and give us your feedback. We appreciate it. Warrior Woman. Hi, Josh, Sean, and Rocky. After so many years of dealing directly with the spirits, have you guys had any type of confirmation whether there is a heaven or a hell? And do you believe the souls that you're speaking with are from in between those two places? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think to answer that question, if you go back and you actually watch our Panzerotti video, it's on the Fourman 04 page. To me, that's one of the best spirit box communication that actually talks about heaven and hell.
Yeah, so watch Panzerotti's episode. It's on the Fourman 04 YouTube channel. Jeremy Minton. Have you guys ever been to an investigation that you guys felt the family needs to move out and there's no helping them?
I guess the point that we never give up on the family or the house they're living in. I mean, I think there's always going to be that case where, maybe they do need to move out, but I don't know, that's always a tricky subject, I guess. And that's
Oh.
where I think if something ever had to happen like that, I think that's where we would just be talking to the family, and that possibly, I don't know, that's a tricky one.
Yeah, and there are those people out there that think that they can solve any case out there. Just give it to them, and they'll find out what's happening and get rid of the spirits. Not every case, we've got done over 300 cases. Not every case can be solved. Not every house can be cleansed. Not every homeowner can be at peace. That's just the reality of it. And I think anybody that would tell you different is Diane Johnstone. I don't have a question as much as I want to say you guys are the best. I love you guys. Love the way you investigate. Love the way you're helping people overall. Much respect to all of you from Scotland. Thank you very much from Scotland.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Heather M., any chance of part 2 of the demon story you did 3 years ago coming out anytime soon? Unfortunately, Heather, shortly after we filmed that episode, the mother in the episode passed away. So we never went back and did an investigation. I believe the siblings and the children ended up moving out of the house, so they're no longer there. Our condolences to the family and to the mother. Lynette Kendall. Why don't you use other equipment like an SLS camera or EVP session with a recorder? Just curious.
As far as EVP, to me, I like the spirit box. To me, the spirit box is actually starting to replace the doing EVP sessions and stuff like that.
B. Lesby 66. I'm sure I butchered that. What are your thoughts on animals and the paranormal? Do you believe they see paranormal activity? Do you think their soul's energy can pass to the other side? I for sure believe animals have a sense of their surroundings more so than we do. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched people that do like the home cameras, watching their pets during the day while they're at work. And then like maybe half an hour before the homeowner comes home, the dog's up, moving around, getting excited by the front door. How are they able to pick up at the homeowners on their way home?
It'd be on Paranormal Nightmare 3. There's a location that we just filmed maybe about a week ago, and they'll have some of that in there about the like animals and stuff like that. It was actually pretty cool.
Nicole B. Have any of you all, that's our kind of talking too, we always say y'all. Have any of you all brothers brought anything home after an investigation? And also, what does y'all spouses, family think about the possible bringing something home sinister? I think we've covered some of that. We have brought stuff home, but fortunately it's left. I bring stuff home from investigations like the Jackie Bell case. I brought the rock from the Bell Witch Cave. I've got rocks and stuff from Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I buy haunted objects online, so I've got quite a few different haunted objects locked away inside my house. So,
Not me. I don't bring nothing home. I'm good.
Yeah,
I figure leave it there, or if Josh wants to take it. Which, I mean, we did get a bear one time, and where's that at, Josh?
yeah, sometimes we send. There's the Haunted Relic Museum over in West Virginia. Steve, we sent him some stuff, like the bear from the one episode. So, yeah, we bring stuff home. Sharon Baines. Would love to meet you guys. You guys rock. Any chance you'll be coming to Tennessee? I hope so. At some point, we'll be coming to Tennessee. Like I said, we're going to try to do possibly a few paranormal events this year. It's just good to get out and talk to people and kind of take a break from the filming and editing. And so we're going to try to. We'll post updates as far as when we're going to do that. That's all for the questions today. We appreciate you guys supporting us and what we do, and all of your comments that you leave on the videos and taking the time to like it, sharing our content. We super appreciate that. Everybody that's on our Patreon account, we appreciate all of your guys' support. That really helps us get out and branch out further to help more people. As a lot of you guys have noticed, a lot of our cases have been, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, just because that's what our budget allows, is us to stay within 4 or 5 hour radius. We get contacted from people all over the world, but we also get contacted by people all over the country that seem to be pretty compelling cases that we like to get onto. So any support, it goes to helping these families and allowing us to keep doing what we're doing. So, we appreciate everybody and everybody that supported us on Patreon. Again, we super appreciate that. And hopefully we'll do another Q&A session soon. We're editing right now. We shot some stuff last night. We kind of did it behind the scenes. We're getting ready to shoot our new intro for season 3 of Paranormal Nightmare. So it's pretty cool. We shot that all last night. So that'll be up on Patreon probably the next couple days if you guys want to check that out. Anyhow, just like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share. Thank all of you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
That's right.
That's a wrap, boys.